Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of S.H.Figuarts Red Buster from Tokumei Sentai Gobusters. I don't really have any bits or jokes to go on, so let's just go on, except this is Go Bus. Lols. There we go, there was a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the packaging, which I have to say is probably one of my favorite Figuarts packaging and probably favorite Sentai packaging. It's just really well done. Like, obviously you can see it's primarily red, and then you got like a picture of him here like usual and his name and all that good stuff. But there's a design of like their helmet on the front here. You can see you got his visor here, and it's all shiny and red, just like on the show. And it kind of goes up into a head shape. I mean, it looks a little bit like Homer Simpson's head when it's all blank like this, but it's still really cool the way they designed that. And it even carries over to the side here, and you see the name of Figuarts and the name of him. Then you got another picture of him here and the name and all that stuff. A little bit excess of the design carrying over here as well. And then on the back, obviously, as usual, you have pictures of the poses he can do. You got the Gobusters logo in the back, various phrases, you know, it's morphin' time, action. I don't remember when they say action in the show. They're not like movie makers. It's Buster's ready, go. Overall, it's just a really cool packaging, and I quite enjoy it. Accessories-wise, he's already holding most of them, but I thought I'd pull them out anyway. You got about 4 different sets of hands. You've got the typical closed fists that are on him when you get him, which I've already taken off. You got holding weapons hands, which I have on him. You get various ones. This one's for the gun. I don't have the proper one on there, but this is for the gun. You can see because the finger's coming out. And then you got ones for the oh, this is the fist. What am I doing? You got ones for the sword, or the Sogan blade, because they're just more of a regular grip. And then you just got some kind of splayed open, typical action hands you got going on here. And then obviously you have the Ichigama Buster and the Sogan blade on him, which I'll show in a minute. And then of course you get the combined mode together here, which I'll show off, which all very nicely painted, as you can see. Really great paint details all up in here, as per usual with these. So that's very cool. So I'll go ahead and take these out of his hands, since I'm going to have to fiddle with them anyway to fiddle. I do have the proper blaster hand in there. I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, so here's the Ichigama Buster. The camera piece doesn't come off, just FYI. So it's all cool. Look, you even got that there. Little details there. And the Sogan blade. Let go of it. You'll get to hold it again. Oh, later. He's crying because he can't hold it anymore. Sogan blade. It's again nicely detailed. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the figure himself. So starting with the head sculpt, I think it's a pretty solid head sculpt. I think they did a pretty good job on the proportions of it to make it seem like it is on the show. It's kind of got more of a slender type design. The shine on the helmet's pretty well done. The details up here for the like animal eyes and stuff, it looks really good, like the cheetah and stuff. His visor, it looks good. I think the paint looks good. They got like the deep color right. I do wish it was a bit shinier. Like right now, if you put it like this, it looks pretty shiny, but I don't know. I guess it might have looked cheap if they would have went full on like shiny like the box is. But part of me just wishes it was a little shinier. But otherwise, the head sculpt looks fine. And then you got here his, you know, body. And he's different than most Sentai Figuarts because, you know, the Gobusters are in more like a leather type suit rather than the spandex. And I think that actually works better for the Figuarts mold. Like, you still get the break here, and it'll break his zipper line, but it just, it helps it look a little bit better. Just maybe it's just me because you're not expecting it to be all flat, and it's a little bit more bulky. You got the transpod over here with the little painted logo. It looks good. I feel like, unless my eyes are deceiving me, which does bug me slightly, is that this is a darker red color than this, but that's fine. Otherwise, you know, all the paint's fine. You got the Morphin Blaster over here, which is pretty nicely painted. His legs are mainly just black pieces, but you can see like the little lines here for the way it is on the suit, which are well done. You got the belt here, the back, not much to tell. But overall, he looks pretty solid. Articulation-wise, you got your ball joint up in here, swiveling, your double elbow joint, swiveling at the foot, this isn't the foot, the hand. You got your waist and your chest articulation, 360 leg joints, swiveling here, double knee joint, swiveling over here at the foot, and your toe action. So typical Figuarts articulation, and of course, obviously the head, you get head and neck movement of all around good range 360, great up and down movement. So overall, pretty well done. I'm pretty pleased with him. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in him a lot, but I feel like he could be a bit better. This could be me. After owning, you know, so many figuarts and going through so many crappy ones and then ones that are really good, you kind of develop certain standards and random tastes, I think. So I feel like he could have been a little bit better for me. Like, there's just something slightly off. But overall, I think he's still a pretty solid figure. As for the shoulders, I think that they do look a little strange. Like, you can see the big gap right there. I feel like his shoulders are really skinny in comparison to like the hole they give him. But I still kind of like it better than the Shinkenger shoulders, which are just very odd for me. But that's just a slightly weird mold choice. But overall, I still quite enjoy him. I still think he's a pretty good representation of Red Buster, and I enjoy having him around. Just quickly, because it's pretty much the only other relative alternative. The alternatives. Let me compare him quickly to the Banff series Red Buster. Here you see he's quite a bit taller. Obviously the details are great. This really makes him look a lot better. Just the paint details are better, although this was really no slouch, but as you can see, quite a quality difference. It's like comparing a figuart to a Bandai of America figure. But yeah. So if you're going to get one, most definitely get the figuart. So anyway, pretty short here. There's not really much to go over. Overall, I still really do like the figure. I can definitely recommend it to Gobusters fans. Personally, I love the show and I love the design, so I'm very happy to have him in my collection and have a really great posable Red Buster figure, and I look forward to getting the others. But there's just something slightly off. It could be me being nitpicky, but I just felt like it could have been a smidge better, but it's still a very solid figure all around for me. Anyway, until next time, make sure you check out WritersRangesandRambles.com for the Toku news in the craziest way possible via the podcast. Till next time, it's Dawson Ryder, signing out.